here to Good Earth State Park, and I'm not sure what trail I'm going to hike tonight. We kind of started up top behind the building and we'll kind of work our way around, but I just have Bentley here with me tonight, or today I guess, it's afternoon. And so we're gonna explore Good Earth State Park, which is one of my favorite places to explore because it's so close to our house. So it's a nice place to just kind of get away from town and quickly get into kind of a nature area. And I just have one of my little pups here today and we're gonna explore, so come on. Okay, so this is one of 3 lookouts. There's 3 different ones here, which is kind of in the upper part. So you don't even have to hike very far without getting to some of these lookouts, which is super nice. So that's the Big Sioux River back there. And on the other side is essentially Iowa. So standing on South Dakota on this side, Iowa on the other side. And you can get to all 3 of these. They are fairly accessible. It's a gravel kind of pebble type trail. And you can get to all 3 of these lookout areas that kind of have different viewpoints from this upper trail. You don't even have to hike very far to get to these points. So it's kind of pretty. We don't have many leaves back on our trees yet here in South Dakota. It's still the beginning of May, but hopefully all of that will be nice and green and lush here come a few weeks. We started back by the building, which is right here. We worked our way on this green loop. We kind of came this way and then went on this loop for the lookout. I don't usually go that way, but just because I wanted to show you guys the lookouts, I did that. But now we're standing right here. I think we're going to take the red all the way to here, and then I like to do this blue one that goes along the river. Oops, sorry, I didn't show you that. So we're going to take the red up to here. Then I'll take this blue one probably all the way around, and then it'll kind of lead us back to the parking lot on the other side. Okay, it is super windy here, so my hair is kind of a mess and Bentley's pulling me along, so it's a little bit crazy holding this phone and super jumpy, so sorry about that. But anyways, I'm kind of going a different way tonight. I kind of did part of the upper portion just to kind of show you guys that overlooks, and then now I'm headed down this other trail that kind of goes through trees. But I love Good Earth because of it being so close to my house. But also I have to keep dogs on a leash here because of the fact that it is so close to Sioux Falls that we get a lot of people here. So I have to make sure, it's very rare that I can have them off leash here, just for the sheer fact that there's usually people any time of year. One thing about Good Earth State Park is that it is very dog friendly in terms of the fact that they have like doggy bag stations everywhere. The only downfall is there is not trash cans that I've seen anywhere on the trail, so you have to essentially carry it with you everywhere. I haven't seen a trash can yet. If I do, I'll point it out and I'll let you know where it's at so that you can make sure you take that direction, because I haven't seen one yet and I've been on the trail quite some time. So super dog friendly, just have to have them on a leash. Have the doggy bags everywhere in case you forget like me, which is a lot of times what happens. So awesome. So I found a trash can right next to the bathroom. There's a couple bathrooms on the trail, so I'm guessing that there's a trash can near that one too. So I will kind of let you know where this is at. I'll see if I can find a map and show you. Okay, so I just found this toilet right here. Over here was the parking lot. We took this green loop, red loop down, and right here is one toilet, and that's where one of the trash cans is. The other one is more south. If you take that blue line south of the top loop, you'll find it down here. So those are going to be your 2 locations for being able to find your trash can. Usually I see all sorts of wildlife on this trail. I actually saw a ringneck pheasant on the way in. So that's always kind of fun to see. I almost always see deer when I'm here. Turkey are pretty prevalent when I'm here. So keep your eyes peeled and you'll see some fun critters. So you'll get a really nice mix of like tree cover in some areas. Oh, he keeps pulling me. Of tree cover in some areas, and then also like this wide open prairie area. So when it's hot and sunny, make sure you have your sunscreen if you wear sunscreen, because parts of it are wide open prairie and then parts of it are covered to kind of give you a little bit of a reprieve. But this little part that's along the river is so pretty. It's probably one of my favorite parts of the trail, just because you get a little bit of a different view. As I mentioned, I use this life handle system, so it wraps around my chest, and then it has this kind of handle here that then attaches to his Blue 9 harness that I'm using for him. It's awesome because I can attach the water bottle to kind of the carabiner that they have on it, and super easy to use because there's also a handle here that I can pull him if I need to get him in under more control if there's people that come around. But I'd love to know what system you use when you take your dog places that has to be leashed. What have you found works for you in those scenarios? So far, this is my favorite, but it really only works for one dog. I've thought about getting a second one and crisscrossing it onto my body the other way so that I can have both dogs with me, but I haven't tried that yet. So stay tuned. We'll see if that works. But for now, it's just me and Benz. So there are parts that are hilly. We're kind of hitting one now. So we're gonna come up and then it's gonna go back through here and then up through the trees and through the top. So if hills are an issue, it does get a little bit steep, but it's super pretty. So if you're able to, highly recommend this part of the trail, but definitely steer clear if hills are not your thing. We'll be coming up on the parking lot here soon. We kind of did a little bit of the upper. We went down through the trees, along the riverside, and back up. Now we're in the upper kind of prairie area and heading back to the parking lot. So we entered on one side of the parking lot and now we're going to exit essentially on the other.